She first started complaining about problems in her neck while she was in Florida. She was in college. Courtney is my daughter is a very upbeat person. And she had played basketball through high school and then into college. And so when the pain that she was experiencing was such that she wasn't able to physically perform. This was about somebody who went from being able to run up and down a basketball court and in a relatively short period of time having to really struggle with walking 100 yards. She didn't understand why she wasn't getting better, and it was just painful for me as a parent not to be able to fix it and make it better. It was painful as a parent to listen to the disappointment in her voice when in fact she talked about, you know, I've seen these different people here and nobody seems to be able to figure out what's going on. And it was worrisome. I tried to convince her to return to Boston for about a year, maybe even a year and a half before she finally decided to return. Brigham and Women's was certainly one that had a reputation for having the kind of specialists if in fact she needed them. She was having some pinched nerve sensation in her neck, and she was also having the difficulties with her ankles, and we weren't sure whether or not they related, if they were related, if there were two different things going on. It wasn't until she came back to Boston and entered the healthcare system here that the referrals led her to the team of doctors at Brigham and Women's. She, at the same time, had developed or had diagnosed an Arnold-Chiari malformation, which is something that happens when the brain is too big for the part of the cerebellum, I guess, protrudes out of the box in the base of the skull. She had to have extensive surgery, neuro and orthopedic surgery, lasting about 6 hours. And I remember when she was in recovery, both of the doctors came up independent of themselves and spoke to us extensively about how the surgery had gone. And it never occurred to me that it would be anything but successful. And so I had that kind of confidence in the institution, in Brigham and Women's, and also the fact that whatever was going to happen at that point was beyond me. And following that surgery and her recuperative period, during that time, she was also diagnosed with the joint damage and from the rheumatoid arthritis. She was under the care of a rheumatologist, a neurologist, and an orthopedic specialist. They really worked in concert in terms of updating and informing each other about her condition, and as important for me, updating and letting me know what was going on and sharing conversations with me that they had with each other about her condition. Once, in fact, she began the regimens of the medication, and I immediately saw a difference in the way that she walked, in her attitude, and the way that she reported she felt. Then I knew that we were on the right track. You know, that they had been down this path before, and understood what we as a family, you know, what we were going through, and were prepared. You know, I felt like that they were prepared for our questions, that they expected them, that they welcomed them. She's not playing basketball anymore. She's coaching basketball. She loves to dance and dances without agony, you know, so going from there, and in a relatively short period of time now, with the current medication that she's on, she's able to do most of the things, all of the things that she enjoys, with the exception of the basketball. And she's found another way to channel that, developing, you know, girls in the community to love the sport the way that she does. So she's experiencing the basketball vicariously through them. Brigham and Women's did everything possible for my daughter.